Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
As promised, we now cross over live to Newsfirst Zulfiq Farzan, who's at the Echelon Square in Colombo. Zulfiq will be giving us the latest on the bond scam situation. He's been following the investigations and the inquiry commission very closely. And Zulfiq, what's the latest?
A very good evening and welcome to News First. You're joining me live here from the News First Christmas Center located in the heart of Colombo at Echelon Square, where we have set up a News First Christmas Center for everyone to come and visit and have a wonderful time here in Echelon Square. Now in 2015, an incident took place which is now known as the largest financial scam in Sri Lankan history. We at News First were the first to expose this fraudulent activity, and right now, following court investigations and several other inquiries, a Presidential Commission of Inquiry was appointed, and we are anticipating the report, where the President has given a deadline, the 31st of December. So during the past few years, when this bond scam took place and the incidents that followed, several issues arose with the appointment of several committees and thereafter the investigations carried out by CORP itself. When the Presidential Commission of Inquiry was appointed in January this year, the mandate of this commission was extended several times, mainly because of the complexity of this investigation. It was extended in April, July, October and in November, as well as now the extension granted until the 31st of December. During this period, certain incidents took place in Sri Lanka, and there's a social dialogue drawing a comparison between these incidents. One of the main incidents is when the Prime Minister was to testify on a Monday morning at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry, suddenly a fuel shortage arose on Sunday. So there's a social dialogue that is bringing these two incidents together. With regard to this bond irregularity, or the bond scam as it is commonly known, many experts have pointed out the losses regarding this. The Auditor General himself says the immediate loss because of the two questionable bond issuances is over 1.6 billion. Former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, W.A. Vijayawardena, says it could exceed 40 billion, and recently we had a State Minister saying it could even exceed 1 trillion. When the bond incident took place on the 27th of February 2015, several incidents followed, and where social dialogue is now building up, saying that those incidents were in fact an attempt to cover up the bond scam. Let's now have a look at what followed that bond auction.
Have we forgotten? After the bond issue made headlines, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe appointed the three-member Pitipana committee. This committee cleared Mahendran of any involvement with the bond issue. The Prime Minister thereafter made a statement to Parliament on the 17th of March 2015 defending the actions of Arjuna Mahendran regarding the bond issue. CORP of the 7th Parliament, chaired by D.E.W. Gunasekara, was tasked to investigate the bond issue. Sadly, Parliament was dissolved for elections before it could release its report. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says he was not given an opportunity to give evidence before the Parliamentary Committee on Public Enterprises. The Colombo District Court issued an enjoining order preventing the publication and circulation of the draft report by CORP on bonds. The petition was filed by UNP's Sujiva Senasinghe. The injunction was later dissolved. Thereafter, CORP of the 8th Parliament, chaired by Sunil Handunetti, investigated the bond issue and found former Central Bank Governor Arjuna Mahendran responsible for the bond issue. UNP CORP members added footnotes to the report, and one of them was Sujiva Senasinghe. CORP chairman said there is a clear difference in the report and the footnotes. Public outcry continued. President appointed the Presidential Commission of Inquiry to investigate the matter. Have we forgotten?
The President has granted a deadline to the 31st of December 2017 for the Presidential Commission of Inquiry to hand over their report. Now, we have been informed that sometimes this report will be handed over before the 31st of December and sometimes maybe in the coming week. Now, with regard to the bond issuance, this topic was raised in the cabinet meeting today as well, and Minister Dasiri Jayasekara had this to say.
කඩමාළුත් තියෙනවා බැඳුම් කරපත්තරත් තියෙනවා ඔක්කොම හැමෝම තමයි වැඩි.
There are various types of newspapers, even bond newspapers. There are some journalists who target one politician and keep attacking. It is part of their contract or because of some personal agenda. These types of media institutions are disgusting. One paper recently reports that Sri Jayasekara enters the game with regard to the situation about the team being turned back. The Bond paper writes that I am acting out a drama. It is all right. This is what happens when you steal from the country and create a newspaper. There is no law. They see my actions which are in line with the law as drama.
Now, the JVP or the Janata Vimukti Peramuna, which has been very critical about the bond issue and certain other malpractices that have taken place, they expressed the following views today.
People are waiting for the thieves who stole from the central bank to come to the village. They are waiting because they are frightened that they will steal from the Samruddhi bank as well as their cupboards. They stole when they constructed roads. They stole when they constructed canals. When they laid concrete, it was substandard and broke down within a year. The former councillors have become owners of the roads now. One day they will have to live on the road. The government, after identifying this, have made strides to distribute goods. They distribute clocks, various types of grains for distributed. They are distributing various equipment and are handing out forms for housing loans.